Hello and welcome. I am Jill Baird, your at-home fitness friend, and I am here to help you in your journey to move, to get stronger, and to feel good. These are my dogs, Charlie and Fiona. As you know, Fiona makes frequent appearances in my videos. I'm not quite sure what she's doing over there. And Charlie usually does not, so we will see how this goes today. For this workout, you need a light set of dumbbells. I recommend a chair or a table to set them on so that you're not getting up and bending down every time we put the dumbbells down. It's a Tabata workout, so 8 rounds of work, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest, and then we're gonna have a minute between each Tabata, where I'm gonna give you the opportunity to rest completely or to take an active recovery where you will be moving, but I will guide you when we get there. Let's jump right into this with a warm-up. We're just gonna get started with a march. Today's warm-up is gonna be pretty quick, so if you need a longer warm-up, you can repeat this, or you can find, I have some other warm-ups on my channel, so just pumping those arms, hugging the elbows into the body, bringing the knees up. We're gonna be here for 4. Come to the edge of the mat or your space in 3. Gonna go into some side steps in 2 and 1. So bring your hands to your chest, and as you step out, I want you to squeeze your triceps as you bring your palms out to the side. Keep your gaze lifted, core should be turned on, and you can get lower if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, but if it's early in the day and you're just getting started, you can keep your legs closer to straight. We're going to go 1 more trip down and back, and then we'll come to center for some butt kicks. So we're going to do a row with our upper back as we bring our heel to our glute here, opening up our quadricep, the big muscle in the front of the legs, and warming up the back of the legs and the glutes. We're going to be here for 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Step your feet together. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. Step your left toes back. Reach your left arm up and switch it out. Right toes back, right arm up, and switch it out. So it's not a lunge. I'm not bending deeply into that back knee. Inhaling to come through center, and then exhaling as you stretch. Here for 2 more each side. All right, friends, that is the end of our warm-up. If you need a longer warm-up, please take one. I'm gonna move the timer back just a little bit so I can see it. I'm gonna hit start, and we're gonna have 3 seconds to get into traditional bicep curls. So palms facing forward, elbows hugged into your side, and then just bringing the dumbbells from your hips to your shoulders, and then squeeze the bicep at the top of the move. Make sure that your core is turned on. All right, so now we're gonna build on that. We're gonna come into a half bicep curl. Extend the weights out, come back through center, bring them down. So a half curl with a rotator cuff move here, keeping those elbows pinned into the side. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the full bicep curl. So starting with our dumbbell heads down by our hips, and we're gonna curl them up to our shoulders. Exhaling to curl and inhaling to lower. Maybe Thinking about a slow count of 2 as you lift the dumbbells and a slow count of 2 as you lower. All right, so now we're gonna come back to the halfway lift and the rotator cuff opening. So halfway lift, palms face up, bring the dumbbells out to the side, and then back down. Exhale, bring it out, and bring it back down. All right, back to our full range of motion bicep curls. Glad the dogs have settled down. I think they thought that we were doing something else when I came out here, something that they enjoy thoroughly that starts with a W, rhymes with chalk. We'll have to do that later. So give your triceps in the back of your arms a good squeeze also as you lower the dumbbells. All right, back to the halfway lift, rotator cuff move. So I live in San Diego, I've mentioned this before, and we have been having some amazing summer-like weather the past probably week and a half. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl was last Sunday, and the beautiful weather in LA, it's been the same here in San Diego in the 80s most days, which is just amazing for someone like me who doesn't really like the cold. Anyway, yesterday it got super cold out of nowhere, and it was even hailing. And then now we're back to mid-70s, sunshine outside. So I will be making a point to get outside later to go for a stroll and get some vitamin D. All right, we have one more round. It's that halfway up bicep curl and the rotator cuff opener, strengthener. So make sure you're keeping those elbows pinned into your sides. So we are very spoiled here, and I appreciate every warm day I see on the news and posts from people who live on the East Coast, and there's snow. All right, so we're gonna put those dumbbells down. We have 60 seconds, and I'm going to suggest that you just come into some squats for your recovery during that 60 seconds. So sitting down, like you're sitting into an imaginary chair, put your butt back, and then press through your heels and squeeze your butt to come up. But you don't have to do the squats. You can just take a full minute off if you want to just shake your arms out and take that minute. So maybe you want to join us now. Maybe you took a break and you want to join in for the squats now. Please join us. We have 24 seconds left before we start our next Tabata circuit with 2 new moves. We're going to pick up those dumbbells in 12 seconds. In 10, I'm actually going to stop doing my squats. I'm going to pick up my dumbbells. And our first move that you're going to join me is an upright row. So palms face in, initiate the move with your elbows. Say cheese as you bring the dumbbell heads up underneath your chin and then slowly lower. So like you're zipping up a jacket. I want to be a dog when I come back. Okay, next we're going to do a single side upright row. So the same move, but we're going to just isolate one side at a time. So start with the left, bring it down, then the right. And you can go a little bit faster since it's single-sided, but still concentrate on good form. So your shoulders should be down and back in their sockets, not creeping up towards your ears. And then think about leading with that elbow. That was fast. Okay, now we're back to the double upright row. A little slight ready stance in your knees, a little bit of a bend in your knees. Tuck your butt under like someone was gonna come up and give you a little love pat. All right, now we're back to the single side. I'm gonna start on the right this time since I started on the left last time. But you can start whichever side you feel most comfortable with. And you can do any of these moves seated as well. So if you needed to be in a chair, you could do these moves seated in a chair, right? So even on days when maybe we have an injury or some other limitation, there's really no excuse to move, okay? You can always pick up some dumbbells and do an upper body workout. All right, double upright row. Woo, my arms are starting to feel it. Even with these light dumbbells, it's starting to get really heavy. All right, and now back to the single side. I'll go back to my left arms to start. So loop the shoulders down and back. And remember, you can put the dumbbells down between exercises. All right, I believe we have one more set of each. Yes, we do. So we're gonna go back to those double upright rows. So this is a perfect workout for a day if maybe you've already gone out and gone for a hike or a WALK, which I'm not gonna say out loud because then my furry friends here are going to get very excited. This is a quick, it's really about 20 minutes, the workout today. All right, we have one more single-sided round. So I'm gonna start on my right this time. Loop the shoulders down and back into their sockets, and then zip up that zipper. And then at the bell, I'm gonna put the dumbbells down, and I'm gonna show you what the active recovery option is. Remember, it's your decision whether you're going to come into the active recovery straight away with me, whether you're going to take a full break, or whether you're going to jump into the active recovery. So I'm going to take 2 steps to my right and then 2 steps to my left. And I'm going to cross my arms in front, just kind of opening up my chest here, bringing some blood flow back to my arms, and then doing this low impact cardio move. Gets my heart rate up a bit. So we have about 20 seconds left. So if you'd like to come into these for 20 seconds, you can join us, or if you're happy resting, you can rest. 10 seconds left. I'm gonna pick up my dumbbells so I can show you our next move. I suggest you pick yours up as well. It's a hammer curl. So working another angle of the bicep. Exhaling, bringing the dumbbells up to your shoulders. Inhaling, lowering them down by your sides. This time the palms face in towards one another. In our first round of bicep curls, the palms faced out. All right, and now we're gonna come into a half hammer curl and a bent arm lateral raise. So we're gonna start with the dumbbells down by the side facing in, curl them up to 90 degrees, and then lift your elbows in line with your shoulders. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how tough isolated moves with lighter dumbbells can be. So I can curl 15-pound dumbbells pretty easily. These are 7s, and holy moly, am I feeling this. All right, back to those full range of motion hammer curls. It's adding in that halfway, the hold there, man, really fires up the muscles. There's a lot of bang for your buck. This is a short period of time, but the Tabata concentration and then adding in that, it's not really an isometric hold, but that halfway move, whoo, Fires up the muscles. All right, back to the 90-degree bend, hammer curl, and then bent arm, lateral raise. Exhale, blow out those candles with the work, and then inhale, take a deep smell of the flowers as you release with control. All right, back to full range of motion hammer curls. Pin the elbows into the side, squeeze your buns, slight tuck in your tailbone, pull the belly button back, in and up. And then a little secret, when you're doing hammer curls, if you want to make it a little bit harder with the same dumbbells that you're using, you just bring your hands down closer to the bottom so that there's more of the dumbbell up at the top, and it makes it just a little bit harder. All right, halfway hammer curl, and then bent arm, lateral raise. I believe after this, we have one more round of each of these exercises. And then we have one more active recovery round and one more circuit. And then we're off into our day. All right, full range of motion. I'm gonna hold my dumbbells down towards the bottom head of that dumbbell, just to make it a little bit harder. Remember, have a looser grip on your dumbbells. You don't want to have a death grip on the dumbbells. All right, final round, I believe. Yes, of this half lift, hammer curl, bent arm, lateral raise. And then our active recovery move is going to be step jacks or no jumping jacks. But if you're someone who jumps and you want to jump, you can jump for sure. So I'm sure you've noticed that on the active recovery, we're giving our upper body a break, and then we are getting some work in with the lower body. Okay, so put those down safely out of the way, and then we will tap out to the side as we come into those no jumping jacks. And we have one more upper body strength circuit to go. We're gonna be focused on our triceps this time. It's gonna get spicy, but you came for the heat, right? Remember that. What you signed up for is what you're gonna stay for. So last 25 seconds. If you wanna make the step outs bigger, you can make them bigger. All right, I am going to pick up my dumbbells. We have 10 seconds left. So the first of our two moves is a hinged tricep kickback. So hinge at the hips, and then extend the arms back behind you. So again, you could do this seated in a chair if it's too much for your low back. Imagine hugging those inner thighs and knees in towards one another. And then imagine you have a big bag of groceries in your hands and that hip hinge is closing the car door with your bum. Okay, so this is going to require a little bit of balance. I'm going to step my right toes back as I extend the right arm, and then I'm going to step my left toes back as I extend the left. If the balance is too much, you're just going to do single arm tricep kickbacks, staying in place. All right, shake those out a little bit. Bring your fingertips to your hips. Press your butt back, hinge at your hips. Lift those elbows up and hug them in like little cricket wings. And then try to lift the dumbbells higher than your elbows. And don't let your elbows splay out to the side. Keep them pointing up towards the ceiling and hugging in towards one another. All right, I'm going to start on the other side this time for my step back. So hug those arms into the side body. Step back and press. Back and press. Inhaling as you bring the dumbbell back up, and exhaling as you give it that little squeeze. Okay, that's halfway. Hinge at the hips, hug the elbows in, hug the inner thighs and knees in towards one another. Scoop your belly button back towards your spine and up towards your chest. Relax your shoulders down into their sockets. All right, turn and face this way for those single side extensions and step backs. So right toes come back, right arm extends back behind me, left toes come back, left arm extends. All right, we have one more round of each. Double extension. Gaze out in front of you, not down and back. There's nothing down or back that we need. Can you see the flames coming off of my triceps? Because they feel like there's flames. I'm going to turn face the other direction. Get ready for this last round of tap backs and kickbacks. All right, that was that, friends. Let's do some stretching. So let's just start opening and closing your arms. Feels so good. Opening up your chest. So thumbs facing up, pinky slightly turned in towards one another, so the thumbs are slightly turned out, finding that external rotation in the upper back. And then we're going to bring that right arm across our chest, thumb facing up. Reach the fingers over towards the left as you continue to hug the right shoulder down and back into its socket. And then we're going to switch it out over on the other side. So hugging the left shoulder down into its socket while you reach those left fingertips. You can even wave them over to the side. And now I'm going to take a chest opener. I'm going to interlace my hands behind my back. If you can't interlace your hands, you can just bring them down and imagine pressing them in towards one another. Or if you have a towel close by, you can grab the towel in each hand and then just pull your knuckles down towards the mat as your chest lifts up towards the ceiling. Maybe your gaze lifts up toward the ceiling. And then I'm going to use my right hand to pull my left hand over to my right hip. Drop the left shoulder down. Oh, this feels so good. And then release the hand. Well, keep them bound, but drop them behind you. And then use the left hand to hook the right wrist at your left hip. Keep those shoulders pulling down away from your ears. And then the most important stretch of the day, give yourself a pat on the back. High five, friends. Until the next time I see you, keep moving. If you want another workout like this or something else to do tomorrow, look for the card here at the end of the video. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel, that you like the video. I'd love to hear from you with a comment down below. And if you have friends that you think would enjoy working out with us, please share the video with them. Thank you, friends. I'll see you soon.